Neko, welcome back to the United States. You've been on quite the trip. Before we dive into Downhill Southeast Round 1, dude, Hardline, what was it like?
Man, it was impressive in person. The build out of that track was just an impressive amount of excavation work. Not only the quality of the features, but how many there were, the scale of them, how they were able to build them and preserve like a really nice natural aesthetic. Super impressive on a trail building level.
Yeah.
And the event was super cool. Red Bull took great care of all the athletes. I own the team, so I can do every job that whatever needs to be done, I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I was a mechanic and like logistics for ASA this weekend. First time ever being a mechanic for someone else at a race, and that is stressful.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't fix anything. I just replaced anything. I had 2 of everything, and didn't take apart anything that wasn't broken. Bolt checks, pressure checks. He's a smooth rider, so we didn't have any problems. But yeah, it was a different perspective for me. And yeah, it was just nice that Red Bull had everything covered. Every meal they made and gave the riders and staff. And I had a bike stand, a pump, a folding chair, and a folding table. And that was my pit packed down 2 minutes after the race finished.
Dude, that's nice and simple.
So yeah, it was nice to go to a race with that level of support. And I guess when they have an invitational small group, they can take that kind of care of the riders.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asa, he understood the assignment. He didn't hit the ground once all weekend. Got a ton of hype and rode really smooth. So super stoked.
Nice. And you got some riding in as well, but on the course?
No, I didn't ride the course, dude. I would like to. Like, honestly, a lot of it looked fun. It was huge, but it was so well made that it looked like it just went at trail speed.
You just trust it.
I would think. But no, I brought my enduro bike and just every morning went pedaled the bike park, and Medina Bike Park, so sick. Like,
okay.
Hill was, I think, 2,600 feet a drop. So
Ooh.
Big mountain.
Yeah.
And they had like 50 trails there. Like, it was huge. So many to choose from.
What's Whistler? Whistler's like...
Don't know the stats on Whistler, but It was like, kind of similar. It was cool. The bike park is also like homemade. Can relate to that a lot.
Okay.
But just because it's so remote where it is, they had to offer a lot more amenities and do a lot of stuff themselves at the base. There's a restaurant, bike shop, like a lot of cool stuff there. So, yeah, it was really cool talking with their bike park owner, Simon French. We're kind of doing the same stuff on different sides of the planet. So,
nice.
Good trip all around. Really enjoyed it.
What, other than like course build and stuff like that, was there anything else that kind of like surprised you or like gave you like some good intel on like how to push things over here?
I think just like operationally, nothing like specific stands out, but just took a lot of notes on how they were doing stuff.
Cool.
They did a lot of stuff really well. I think we do, like, our shuttle system's so much more dialed. They kind of got to be like, I don't know, more DOT approved, just shuttling in passenger vans. So, our shuttle's way faster and we can fit way more people on it. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, a bit of both.
Obviously, we know those features are huge, but like you posted that photo of you on that one drop, like it looks massive.
The scale of them is incredible in person. A lot of them are blind, like you can't see the landings until you're off them. But they are truly built for trail speed. So
just the trail speed is much more.
Oh yeah, like they had to have a speed gun on some of the girls to help them get over some of the jumps.
Yeah,
and they were pulling them if they were under 70k an hour. So that was like the speed to hit the jump.
Okay,
what's that, like 50, something around that?
45, 50, something like that. Yeah.
It's scary to go that fast and then off the end of a lip.
Yeah. How did Asa fit in with that crew of like, obviously we know Asa's a ripper. We knew he had that talent, but for him to jump in with some of those like big, heavy, like free ride dudes and stuff that do the big hit stuff, how did he do?
Honestly, he's quietly confident. Yeah. He was kind of just riding by himself, doing his own thing for the most part. I think that was definitely a little bit tougher for him to get up to speed. Like a lot of the times when he was checking off the features, 'cause it took like 2 days to go through the whole course with all the riders and like link everything up. Like all the other big dogs he was racing against, like Ronan, Bernard, Jackson, they were all there last year. So he was one of the only top guys that never did it before. So he was kind of like learning how to ride everything. Like obviously a huge advantage going back there next year after doing everything.
Totally.
But didn't seem to bother him much at all. He was like just focused on doing his thing, and he did great.
Where did you watch the race from?
The start.
The start?
Yeah, I was up at the top with like checking pressures and giving him water bottles and stuff.
And they had like a live feed up there?
Yeah.
Did you see the inside line?
I didn't see it before. Like, it was something that we talked about after the race was, I guess in my generation of racing, we never wanted any information, like what was going on the track. Because you had your race plan, you're focused on that, and you kind of don't want any distractions. Jackson watched Troy's run from the start on the TV and then saw the inside and did it. So that was props to him for never practicing it and just doing
it
for it.
Blind, yeah.
I had Asa like 100 feet away from the start, warming up, listening to music, getting in the zone, and try to like, honestly, the strategy was like, let's stay away from the start gate. It's kind of a pressure situation, qualifying last and everything. Let's just stay back here, stay focused, and then roll into start gate last minute and go. There's big gaps between the riders. Like they were waiting till the track was clear. So it's like 6 minutes between riders. So I don't want them like sitting in the gate for 6 minutes.
That's a long time to be just like waiting in between.
Right. So that's why we were like, just stay back. And looking back, like obviously if you would have watched it, it probably would have got him the race. But it's a learning lesson.
And also like him watching it could have like put more pressure on him too and like got in his head.
That's why I think guys of my generation never wanted to do that. But I think like with the kids now, they just have to be able to take information and not throw him off. I mean, he's young enough, he can start getting used to it. Yeah. Like maybe now he's going to strategies qualify first. So you start last and watch the broadcast while you're warming up instead of listening to music.
See what lines people are taking.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
If you were in his situation, would have wanted to know?
In that situation, yes, because it was straightforward enough. Yeah. I think if he would have saw it or knew about it, I think he would want to see it, not just be like, hey, they're going inside before the container. But if he watched them do it, I think he would have done it, like Jackson obviously did. Yeah. So yeah, but it can't be every line. Like some things you wouldn't want to do. Totally. It's very situational. Yeah. But I think they just need to be more open to receiving information.
Jackson was really stoked to win, as rightfully so. How do you think Asa took that? You think that lit a fire on him pretty good?
I think, he took it well. Like Asa got so much hype from qualifying first. I, as the team manager, was like somewhat nervous about the event being so extreme. Like the track's pretty dangerous. Something goes wrong, it's going wrong in a big way. Yeah. So I was really happy for all the boys to get down smooth. Like Asa showed that he was, I believe, the fastest guy. I think most people watching would say. Yeah. Even though he didn't win, no matter what, coming out like benchmarking yourself this time of the year, even with Goldstone, it's a really good way to leave the race. Yeah. And he wanted to win, probably cost him some money, but I think it was good that it kind of lights a little fire under him the next couple weeks, and he's not leaving Australia thinking he's the king. Yeah. So he'll train harder the next couple months maybe because of it.
Yeah, dude looks like he's been hitting the gym.
He has. Yep. Yeah.
Awesome.
He's doing his thing.
And when are we going to see Asa in the Southeast area again?
He's definitely going to be at the Pro Downhill Series at Rock Creek. Okay. And then all the rest of the races, like kind of take it as it comes. Mm-hmm. He's mentioned TTC being one of his favorites, so it'd be cool if he could make it out for that one. But he really needs to just log some consistent weeks of training in a row. It's kind of like this is the only time when you have to do that. Yeah. So he needs to log that And then if he feels like coming out to a race just for the weekend, it's like 4-day deal. Fly out, do the race, fly back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. If not, then don't. Just trying to get my guy strong before the season starts.
Yeah.
Obviously he can ride. He doesn't need to practice too much.
Yeah. As, one of the sharper ends of the U.S. downhill scene, how do you guys start to approach preseason training now other than like some of these early races? Are you like, you guys did that California trip out there and then like you went down to New Zealand and Tasmania and Australia? Like, how does that look now?
I mean, from my perspective, it's more effective to find short windows to ride the bike a lot. Like, let's go somewhere that the track's going to be good, ride every day for, 2 days on, 1 day off for a week, than to try to ride once in a while sort of thing. And this is from a professional level. And then focus like at this time of year again on the training, like get yourself as strong as you can be, because once the season starts, you're not going to make any gains. The best case, you're going to maintain the strength you have. So, it's really like this time of year. We're 3 months out from the first World Cup. It's like, the closer you get, the less time you have. So, taking advantage of this time to build a really strong base.
Well, we've got a race coming up, round 1, downhill southeast at Rock Creek. Let's talk details. Doesn't like anything's really changed in the schedule per se.
Yeah, we're running the 2 practice slot schedule. That seemed to work really well, especially because we have an even amount of people in Cat 2-3 and Cat 1 Pro. So it's an even split for logistics on the shuttle, and then gives each category more time on the track.
Yeah.
By popular demand, we are starting at 9 a.m., not 8 a.m. Each day, and we're going to run till 6. So, apparently people don't like getting up and being on the track at 8 a.m. I always tell them, like, you should appreciate it now because it's going to be 8 a.m. on the job site soon. So 8 a.m. on the bike's not too bad.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, we're going to do the A practice and the BC split together. Schedule, we'll throw it up. I'll give you that schedule. You can put it over the video. And then it's all on the Downhill Southeast website. Thursday, Rock Creek's open to the public, so anybody wants to ride. It's not included in the entry fee that day. So you just get a bike park pass. It's open to ride. It is free to track walk or set up your pit. Pit spaces are available on our website as well. They're $50. It's trying not to make it too expensive, but just keep it reserved for the people who really need it.
Yeah.
We're going to try to do that at as many races as we can this year. There's certain venues that the pit space we'd sell you isn't really better than the free one. So at those, obviously, we won't do it. But yeah, Rock Creek has a really nice pit that's close by that if you want to reserve a pit space, you can.
Cool. If you do reserve a pit space, does it give you like your load-in times and like
everything's up
take?
on the website. We're going to try to like minimize traffic during the actual practice schedule and during the event. So it's try to get people in early.
Cool. And with the park being open on Thursday, will the race courses be open to ride on Thursday?
No, the race course will be closed until the first practice. So try to keep it fair for everybody. Some people can't make it. We want to not give an advantage to people who can, or people who didn't have the plan to come on Thursday. But everything but the race courses will be open. Okay.
Logistics over the weekend, food. You have some food trucks on site?
Yeah, there'll be food trucks. I will say respectfully, they're not too reliable. So there will be food there, but sometimes they run out pretty early. So if you can, maybe bring a couple things to eat. Obviously support the food trucks because they try to help out being at these events for us. But bring something yourself as well. And we'll have food. We have the sandwiches at the bike shop that we always use anyway. So their local shop in Hendersonville provides us with that, and we then pick them up and sell them every weekend in the shop. So there'll be snacks and stuff around.
Right on. So prepare for that post-race snack if you need something.
Yeah, I would have something.
Yeah. What about, I've seen you guys post about no on-site camping.
Yeah. It's just something that we're not set up for at Rock Creek. We're not permitted to do. So try to follow the rules when we have to.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the campground down the road took some damage from the hurricane, so it will not be open.
Correct. And we can put up the links as well, but there was 2 campsites that the Rock Creek crew found that were close by.
Cool.
That are within like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
That are available.
And with it being like, quote, off season, there's plenty of hotel options right off the highway in Hendersonville and stuff that's, very affordable.
Yeah, for sure.
So Friday we got practice. Saturday, what do our practice and seating options look like?
Yeah, so Saturday is going to be practice for Group A from 9 to 12:30, and then practice for BC from 12:30 to 4, and then starting right at 4:15 will be the seating runs. So everybody in Cat 1 or Pro will do a seating run.
Yeah.
That'll kind of give us the rank for the start order the next day. And then Sunday we're going 9 to 10 for A. You'll be first, and then BC 10 to 11, and then we're gonna start that race right at 11:15 with the pros going first. That way, Mr. Mangler can get that video done so we can see that thing on the internet.
Yes.
Later that day.
Pro women or pro men going first?
To be determined.
Copy that. I've been browsing the Bike Reg, who's registered, and some good names on there.
Yeah, I think at the moment it's mainly regional guys, some really good regional riders.
You got some West Coasters.
I've heard that. I haven't looked in the past couple days, but when I was out there, I talked to Dooley and Irv. They said they were both going to come do the race. Mm-hmm. And then, hopefully our local guys like Crispy, I know, wants to do it. Hopefully Luca does it too.
I think Luca's already signed up.
Is he?
Yeah.
Good
Which
man.
is good for him because usually he does it like the day before.
Yeah, usually he's like, hey, I forgot to sign up. Can you put me in?
Yeah. What's our prizes scenario look like?
So we have upped the pro payout. I don't want to quote the exact numbers, but we definitely raised the payout for each race this year. I think it's $500 for the win now. Just nothing crazy, but it's a regional race, and we try to put those resources into running the race rather than giving all the money to Luca. So we have prizes from Worldwide Cyclery as well. They prize us for all the amateurs with gift cards to their shop, which people can use to buy anything they need for their bike. It's a gift card that they can basically cash to spend at a bike shop.
That's pretty awesome. Pretty
good. They do that for all our races, and then we'll have some other. There you have the Trail One grips and stuff that they supply us with. Multiple little goodies from sponsors as well.
Nice. And WD-40 showing up?
WD-40 is sampling, so you don't even need a win to get some WD-40 stuff.
Nice.
Everybody who signs up, they'll have samples of all their products there. They're trying to give out and get people using, get people familiar with. So, they'll be on site for everybody who needs it.
Nice. Let's talk courses. Usually you guys have 2 courses here at Rock Creek. How's that looking?
Yep. So the courses are I would say 50% different from each other. We're mixing Easy A with Stampede for everybody. So until the bridge on Easy A, it kind of jumps back and forth between Easy A and Stampede.
Okay.
Twice. So it's goes from one track to the other, cut a couple fresh sections. I can airdrop you the GoPro, and you can maybe even overlay it or give people a link to it.
Dude, yeah.
But it jumps back and forth with a couple cool new fresh cuts that I built. Then it splits off where the amateurs run Easy A the whole way from the bridge down, and then the pros will split over to the steep section by the red net, and then split back to Easy A for the little rock garden and the fast section that goes, kind of add some length to the course towards the bottom.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
And then they'll peel back on before the shark fin. Shark fin got rebuilt, and kind of cool shape to it now. Nice. And then run the regular Stampede all the way to the bottom.
Nice. I've really enjoyed riding that lower Easy A section, like those fun step downs and then the jumps at the end.
Yeah.
That stuff's been real fun just for party laps.
Yeah, it's cool.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the 2-3s enjoy racing that.
I think it's a good racetrack, especially for their level. A little bit tight at the bottom, definitely brings the speed down, but I think it's perfect for Cat 2-3 track.
Nice. Are you racing?
I am going to Coast Creek Open this weekend, straight to Phoenix for Fox product launch, and then I'll be back on the Friday of this race. So I am TBD. I am going to either ride in the race or I'll be up at the top putting chips on, helping out. But I've definitely done a lot of travel over the past month. So
Yeah, you've clocked a lot of airline miles.
yeah. So yeah, doing the Continental race this weekend myself in Costa Rica.
Shout out to Alvaro.
Yeah, I'll be racing Alvaro's race, and then he'll be also coming to run this one. So yeah, I don't want to skip practice and then come in feeling jet lagged and not ride well. That's not really going to help me.
Yeah.
But if I feel like racing, then I will.
Well, sweet. Well, Neko, we look forward to a great racing weekend. Hopefully the weather cooperates with us and we have a good time.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you guys for all the support for Downhill Southeast.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
See you there.